Hey everyone, thanks for coming back and watching my videos. And just wanted to say thanks for everyone who's been leaving me comments and messaging me with their favorite songs and stuff. I really do enjoy listening to them. I listen to every single one that gets sent over to me, and the fact that it means something to you kind of means something to me now. So thank you so much for sending me those songs, and keep them coming. I love listening to them. And today I wanted to talk about success. I got a suggestion to do a video about success from INFJ Talks with Ian. And I love suggestions, so I thought it was an interesting topic. And yeah, so here we go. Today's topic is about success. And a little disclaimer, this is pure opinion. This is one person's opinion. It needs to be known that this doesn't or shouldn't reflect other INFJs. This is just me. If it happens, if other people feel the same way, that's great. But this is in no way some generalization of some MBI type. So getting started, success. Success is measured on an individualistic, subjective scale. One person's success is not going to look like success to someone else at first glance. And let's take the example of success at school. So let's say you're a teacher and you get some tests back. And you're looking at these tests, and one student has an A and one student has a C. The vast majority of people would see that the person that got the A, just on paper, that represents, that person has been successful at learning the course material. And likewise, the C student, it doesn't really reflect, that grade doesn't really reflect a successful learning of the course material. But let's get a little deeper into it. Let's say that a student was born naturally brilliant with a high IQ, they get A's on everything, and they studied for like 10 minutes to get that A on the test. Likewise, the C student, let's say that C student had a learning disability, normally fails every test that's given, and he studied for 8 hours just to get a C on that test. For me, the C student is way more successful than the A student. On paper, it doesn't reflect that, but for me, that C student put in that effort and did such a big jump represents success to me, as opposed to the A student who, not taking away from their intelligence, but they put such a little amount of effort into getting that A. So let's see. What I'm trying to say is that success should look different to each individual person and manifest itself differently. So each person chooses how successful they are. We all make choices about how successful we are on a daily basis. And my personal definition of success is if I've left a person or a place or a thing or myself better than when I first arrived, then that is the definition of success for me. I have to choose to be successful on a daily basis because I believe that we have choices on a daily basis. So I'd like to believe that myself, like I'm successful in every day. I like to think that I'm a successful person every day. I make all the right choices and everything's great. But in reality, it's not like that. I get lazy. I get unempathetic. And I'll give you an example of, I guess, two examples of the successful day and then an unsuccessful day. So an unsuccessful day is I was recently driving to a dentist appointment and I was late. I'm very rarely late to things, but this particular time I was, and it was only a couple minutes late. And I'm getting stressed as I'm driving to this dentist appointment. And I notice up ahead in my driving lane, there is a person who's stalled out. Their car is it's not working, and it's causing traffic backup. And normally I'm the guy that would kind of stop and help out with these kind of situations. And it's not because I'm a nice guy. I think it's just because I see that kind of thing is very disharmonious, and I want harmony in my world, so I feel the need to assist in that way. So anyway, so I'm late and I'm in my own little world, and my concern for other people when I'm in my own little world drops dramatically because I'm being self-centered and all this other stuff. And as I'm driving by, I'm saying, these are the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm saying, I'm so sorry, dude. I would help you, but I'm so late right now. And I'm hoping that he'll hear these words, or at least feel them, and then, and feel my shame and my guilt for the situation. And then somehow it'll make it okay. Like now it's okay that I'm still driving by. And, I still think about why I didn't stop, because I only really would have been a couple minutes late because I was already late to the dentist. But, I mean, what's another 4 or 5 minutes, really? And I still think about why I didn't stop, and it comes down to the choices that I made, the choice that I made to ignore what I thought was right to do and keep on going with my life. And now I can look back on that day and say that day was unsuccessful. That was an unsuccessful time. So, sorry. So that's unsuccess. But it's not like that all the time. Some days I do have success. So recently I was at my gym. There's a swimming pool, and I like to do laps in this pool. And I was doing laps one day, and just minding my own business in my own little world, probably having a good time, just not really living outside in the outside world, just in my own little mind, having my own little thought party. And I noticed as I was towards the end of my lane, because there's swimming lanes in the pool, by the way. As I was approaching the end of my lane, I hear a splash behind me, and I kind of look behind me, and I see this guy kind of splashing around, treading water near the edge on the other side of the pool, but still in my lane. And I'm like, okay, well, that's my lane. That's my space. This is my time. This is me, And and so I start to get angry. I start to get frustrated. Like, how could he do this to me? Like, how could he see me here and still do this? And and I was swimming back to him because I'm swimming closer and closer, and I'm getting more and more upset in my mind. I'm getting more and more angry. My thoughts are turning really negative. And by the time I get there, he's just there hanging on to the edge of the pool, and I go, "Hey," not like a mean way to say it, but not a nice way either. Kind of like, "Hey, you're in my area. What you doing, buddy?" And he looks over, and he's kind of like a smaller, older Indian gentleman. And he says, "Oh, hello, I'm learning how to swim." And so here's where the choices come in. Here's where the choices come in. Because now there's a couple different avenues where I could take this interaction. And I ended up talking with this guy for about 5 minutes, and just small talk, nothing big or great. But by the end of that 5 minutes, I was actually teaching this older Indian gentleman how to swim in the deep end of the pool. And as we parted ways, he said, "Oh, Brian, I am so happy right now." I know it's like the worst Indian accent. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that. But he said, "Oh, Brian, I am so happy right now." And, you know, that to me is the epitome of success. It's not the fact that I got like a good feeling because I helped this guy or whatever, and he was probably feeling good about it too. That's not the success. The success for me is rewinding a little bit, going back to the choice that I had at the time of, okay, I could get angry, I could get snarky with this guy, I could, still remain upset about it. I could do a whole bunch of different things, but I feel like I chose the right thing to do. And we are the choices that we make. And ultimately, when I make that right choice, it feels great. And where can I go with this right now? That's pretty much it. I mean, that to me means more than any amount of money. The typical definitions of success, where it comes down to power, influence, or money, or a great career, those are all fine things. Those don't really mean much to me, though, without any integrity behind it. But I think that the choices that we make, on a daily basis, and those examples were a little bit on the bigger scale of things where I have clear and obvious choices, but I think there's things that we do on a smaller scale too that really do influence how successful we are on a day-to-day basis and ultimately throughout our lives. So that's pretty much it. That's my definition of success. And if anyone else would like to comment and leave me, suggestions for videos, that would be awesome. I'd love to look at what you guys are suggesting. Also, if you want to comment and ask, or not ask, but let me know what success means to you. I'm curious to know. I'm really anxious to understand. This is just my simple definition, or my simple story. And sorry, this is like all about me and my experiences, but that's just what I do, I guess. Anyway, guys, take care and have a great day.